I just want a quick reaction to the bill from 10 Republicans to extend the ACA tax credits, number one, and number two, the bill, the big, ugly, beautiful bill, whatever you want to call it, has a pay-go sequestration of $500 billion for Medicare. In past years, the parties have worked together. They've simply waived those pay-go restrictions. Are Democrats going to do that on Medicare with this?
That's why this is so incredibly important to solve this issue, because this is about the ACA, this is about Medicaid, this is about premium tax, the premium tax cuts and the subsidies associated with the premium tax credits. But the trigger of $500 billion to Medicare is also what's at stake. That's what Republicans have done. We're only in that place because of the big ugly law and what that has meant. The cuts that are in the law now trigger further cuts in Medicare. So, like I said, if Republicans are willing to work with us in a bipartisan way, we have solved some of these issues in the past. We will continue to work with our colleagues, reasonable colleagues, to solve these issues in the future. That's not where we are today. We are seeing partisan attacks on healthcare, and I want to defer to Ami Bera and Maxine Dexter on your first point. But what I will say is all the happy talk and all the nice letters that our Republican colleagues sign, they're nice. I'm sure that they send them to their constituents and they tell them that they're fighting for them. We saw this with Medicaid. We saw 15, 17 Republicans sign a letter saying that they weren't going to attack Medicaid for vulnerable populations, and then they went and supported the bill. So I don't believe any of the letters that they signed. It's strictly to make them sleep better at night. I'm not concerned. My feeling is that this isn't about actual policy. This is about them being able to defend terrible positions and saying, well, I told the speaker. Well, it's not enough to do that. You got to take action. Our votes matter in this place, and their votes attacking health care are hurting the American people. Ami Bera?
So we live in interesting times, right? I mean, these are my opinions, and I have the utmost admiration for our leadership. But we live in a time where Congress is Article 1. We write the budget, we do the appropriations, and we've seen an administration that just has turned their back on them. It's like, we don't care what Congress is doing. So I talk to my Republican colleagues and sit there and say, you want to deal with it? Shutdowns are really bad here. They're not good for America. But why are you going to shut things down? Because if you don't stand up to Donald Trump, if you don't say what we pass, what we appropriate, you guys implement it. Until they're willing to do that, it's really hard to trust them. And we've shown how weak the House Republicans are in terms of standing up to this administration. Russ Vought just wants to do over $4 billion of rescissions, or at least let that go away. That isn't how this works. So until House Republicans stand up and say, nope, we want to do a budget, we want to do a CR, but we're going to hold the Trump administration accountable to implementing what we pass, it's going to be hard. So I think that's why the sequestration becomes pretty difficult as well. This is a ruthless, lawless administration that just has shown total disregard for Congress. But this is a Congress that has a Republican majority, and until Mike Johnson, Speaker Johnson, House Republicans find some courage and some backbone to stand up to him and say, no, we're Congress, we pass the budget, we do the appropriations, and you implement what we pass, it's going to be hard.
Yeah. So I'm new here. I came here after December 30th, finishing my last shift in the ICU, and what I saw are people who are struggling every day. This isn't going to change with a one-year extension of the ACA premium tax credits. Folks are already struggling to get by. And so as somebody who represents a very progressive district, my job is to not just hold the line, but to extend the protections for Americans. And what this administration is doing is shameful. So whether it's cutting $500 billion from Medicare, or taking away premium tax credits that makes it unaffordable for the middle class, or gutting what we know as healthcare, Medicaid, for our country, we cannot arbitrate a little bit here. We've got to hold the line and give them a chance to take a step back and rethink what they're doing to the American people.
in answer to your question, let me just be very clear to the American people about what happened. House Republicans voted for the big, ugly bill that results in a $500 billion cut to Medicare. Now some House Republicans are saying, wait, please help us reverse the cuts we just voted for. It's like the arsonist saying, please help me put out the fire I just caused. So these Republicans didn't want this $500 billion cut to Medicare. They never should have voted for the big, ugly law in the first place.